Hello everyone. Little Ms. Mommy would like a comparison, love that name by the way, between the Speedy, which is a Louis Vuitton, and here's a Speedy in 35. This is the Damier bean, and wanted a comparison between this Speedy and this Neverfull. These are very popular LV items, and I totally see why. They are ones you can get your money back if you ever want to resell them, but I'm so in love with mine, I could never imagine departing from mine. Then there was another request by Cindylicious, and her name starts with an S, by the way, and she was curious how the accessories and things would fit inside of a Speedy with a bandolier. So what I've started is the Neverfull is full. I have the items I would carry if I were to use this as a handbag, and I will transfer them over to the Speedy to show you that the Speedy really holds the same amount. The difference is the Neverfull is going to be able to hold your bigger items, more magazines, bigger books, things for your kids, bigger jackets, things like that that you just want to lay on top. I think they're both worthy of having, and I will just go ahead and put it out there. If I were to have either the Speedy or the Neverfull, I never thought I would say this, but hands down it would be the Speedy. And then the question is, would I want the Speedy without the strap, or would I want it with the strap? The other French word for that is bandolier, I understand. And I was going to show you both, but I also wanted to show you how, because other people have asked how I store my bags. If you can get a bag, when you purchase a Speedy, they're going to have it folded, and that is not the best way to store it because it can crack over time, and you don't want a wrinkled bag. Once it's been folded, it's wrinkled at first. Occasionally when you travel and you fold it down, as that was the original design, that's fine, but on a regular basis it's not recommended. And this is by me asking people at the LV stores, things like that. I don't pretend to be an expert, I'm just very interested, and so I ask a lot of questions. I love, if you can get a hold of a drawstring bag, do so, and then you keep your bag already stored here. And this is the bandolier, because it's got the option for the strap, and I do have this a monogram. If somebody were to ask me which of the two, it's going to be a tough call, and I can answer that. They're both wonderful. I'm thrilled that I have the bandolier, but I'm amazed at how much I use the one without it. And it may be because she was my first, it may be because it's Damier print, I'm not sure, Damier bin print, I'm not sure. Okay, but when you store it, obviously there's things in here to keep it stuffed. I do not have the address, I don't remember, but I bought a pillow to stuff into this one. I don't think it's necessary. So for my other Speedy, it's just shoved with paper and different plastics. So when I order other items, I save the stuffing and I just keep it stuffed in there. I think this stuffs it a little bit better. I think with the pillow I got for the 35, I mean, you can get it for the specific size bag. It doesn't keep the shape quite as well. Another good idea, I think, is if you have a lot of scarves like I do, I have a bag that I just put a bunch of scarves in, and that works also. So there's lots of options. Just keep it shaped when you're storing it. And because of the request for the one with the bandolier, I will use this one that we'll use to transfer. Here is the large strap, and when I store it, I always take the strap off. I don't want it to accidentally get squished and bent and whatever. These are like my babies. And I think they're worth it because I use these every week and regularly, and these are becoming my go-to bags more and more. I'm just loving the Speedy. You can see the big wide open gap here, and here's a strap on the longest handle that works well for crossbody. Most of the time, because I'll carry this around town, I don't choose to use this for travel very often because of the leather. I'm fearful, what if I'm in a rain, and what if I'm in a situation where the weather, we're just out in the sun a long time and it starts to change the color. I love the patina, I just don't want to hurry it. I want to just still be careful as it changes. Usually this strap that's detachable, I will leave that in the bottom of the bag, and I will keep this one on the second loop there, because even though I have the strap option around town, I still usually carry it by the two handles, and I think that's just a nice way to hold it. So I hope that's of help. Let me do the unforgivable sin of not putting this bag on the floor and moving it over here. Sometimes I do that. Okay, do that mistake of laying things on the floor. Alrighty. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take what's in the Neverfull and I'm going to put it in the Speedy. And I'm going to try to show this as much as I can and show you that it really does, it'll hold a lot. Here is the pochette, and it's going to go down inside. Sunglasses. Here is my pencil pouch. I don't want to forget. I always have this out. I take all kinds of notes in my little Louis Vuitton agenda. I'm just going to drop this in. And even though it's a bit of an open pit, those are larger items and therefore pretty easy to locate. This here is the mini pochette, and inside is almost always my cell phone. It does hold other items, but when I carry my Speedy, I always keep my phone in the mini pochette, which does detach and attaches to the D-ring. And let me do that presently. Making everyone be so patient with me. Then when I am going for my phone, I can easily find it. Up here in the pocket, that's another good location, and I'll find myself sticking it in there also. But I always like to keep tissues in there, a little mirror in there. Let me see. When I find those, I'll put those in. Here is a key fob with extra keys. I'm going to drop that in. Here is a makeup pouch, which typically when I travel, I don't have to carry quite as many items, and I could put that in the big pochette, but around town, I just like to have it with me, so I'm going to drop it inside also. This is the Eva clutch because it was a request to place in the Eva clutch also. Now, probably I would have used this to hold my miscellaneous items, but I'm just going to show you how easily it'll fit inside the Speedy anyway. Again, this is a Speedy 35. So here we go. The Eva clutch fits in no problem. Hope you can see. See, we're getting to the end here. And this is my Insolent wallet. It's absolutely huge. So it will also easily fit inside the bandolier. The bandolier, yeah, I guess it is a bandolier, the Speedy bandolier. The difference with this one, let me move this back here, the Neverfull, is the way you zip this bag. The bandolier, you can have it go all the way to one side, but you also have the option to meet it in the middle, which is usually what I do. And maybe I'm doing something wrong, but it seems like one of these gets hung, one of these zippers, and I have to work with it a little bit to pry it loose so that it will be easier to zip down. So this is what the Speedy bandolier looks like, and it is none too full. There is lots of room. The only thing that I didn't put in that was in the Neverfull was the scarf. So let me add that now. You can still see there's room on top. These bags are deceiving in how much they hold. Now, if you watch the video, Confessions of a Purseaholic, I say that my favorite is a two-handle and the long strap. And that's true, because I said I like the option of the two-strap handle, so being able to fit over my shoulder. But lately, I am loving this Speedy, and either one, because I've been carrying it like this. It holds everything. I can even add a few documents, and that will fit inside there. Now, this is getting pretty full, but since the request was made, let me go ahead and add the iPad here, and I'm going to stick this inside. Now at this point, because I have so many things in there, it's not a matter of if it'll fit as much as making room, because it has to redistribute. I would not have this and the Eva and the big pochette in there on a regular basis, but you can see that that does fit, and that wasn't that much of a struggle being extra full. Please don't put more in there than that, but it could. But just because you can, right? Sometimes less is more. But look at that. Now, I will say this is heavy. I would not recommend shopping with this very long because it will wear you down. But again, with the strap, it's still pretty comfortable on your shoulder. After a while, I would feel it. But I think it's pretty comfortable and it's pretty doable. and it's making me just fall in love with this all the more. So I love absolutely both bags. I've said this before, between the Eva clutch and between the Speedy and between this Neverfull, you really are set for life. As I say that, I have other bags that I love, and I'm very happy that I have them, but these are the go-to bags. And it seems like with Louis Vuitton, the leather bags, they go up considerably in price. They are worth the money, I think, for the durability and because they're leather. But I love the canvas. It wipes clean, and I find it very, very doable. So anyway, I hope these have been helpful, and thank you so much for the request. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing this love that I have with Louis Vuitton, and blessings to you all. Thanks. Bye-bye.